We just sometimes get into some situation, and you think this is very big and this is the end, but in reality it's nothing. How do we, in that situation, keep our faith and our connection strong to our faith?
That's when you have to fight. He's asking, sometimes you go through situations and you think this is the end of the world, this is so terrible, this is it. Then you realize it's not. He says, how do you keep your faith like that? You see, when you go through enough experience like that, and when you realize, this is enough, I don't have to feel like that again, then you make a decision and you make an action. Then you're going to tell yourself, wait, instead of just reacting to this, let me think, did this happen before? Yes. When did it happen? Last week. Before that, week before. So every week you survive. Every week you pass. So why are we being so dramatic about it like that? Learning how to pull yourself out from that situation. Learning to observe. Understand? That's important to do. Most people, they don't. This is what tafakkur is going to make you. What the way of tariqat, especially in this way, is going to make you. Because everything you have to look, you have to study yourself. And you have to take accounting. You cannot just go through life, the wind blow this way, you go this way, wind blow this way, you go this way, wind blow everywhere. The whole life is just like that. This is not Hazrati Insan. This is not what Allah has created us to be. The believer, he must know. The believer must know if a thorn of a rose, it hits to your finger, whether it is a test or whether it is a punishment. So many people say, I don't know whether it's a test or it's punishment. You don't know? Take both. What are you going to lose? Say it's a punishment. Do we deserve? Of course we do. Don't say you don't. When you say you don't, that's a time when even a little hit by a thorn is going to be end of the world. But when you say, I deserve this. Why? Because just this morning, I was shouting at this person. And no reason to be. I got very angry and very upset with this person. Or this one, I feel very ashamed, but I was very proud to this one. Or I looked down on this one. Fine reasons. There's so many reasons. So do both. Let's say that this is a punishment. Alhamdulillah, it's a punishment, because if I'm punished here, I'm not going to get punished in the hereafter. You understand? So say shukr. Now if a person is feeling that way, everything that is coming to him that his ego is not liking, he's going to take that is a reminder coming from Allah. He's not going to take it, oh, it's the end of the world. Never say as a believer, oh, what did I do to deserve this? What did you do? How many times a day you forget Allah? Don't you know forgetting Allah? It is the worst crime that a human can ever do, because Allah never forgets us. Huh? And so you must look at it that way. Then that time, so many bad things happening to you, you're saying, Allah, shukr Allah. This is because of this, and it's not going to hit you so hard. You're going to take lesson from it. You're going to take the hikmat, the wisdom. You're always looking for the wisdom. What is the reason for this? You don't have time to, oh, I'm so hurt. Why are they doing this? You don't have time. Slowly you start changing. Usually young people, they cannot do this. When you get a little bit older, you get more tired, saying, not tired because you have no energy. You get more smarter. You say, why I have to give the same energy to the same thing that's going to happen next week again, and knowing I'm going to come out from it again. You get to be a little bit smarter. You understand? These days, young people doing it, old people doing it too. In the old days, they teach from very young. Be patient. Everyone is thinking they are entitled. Correct? That's what they like to say, this entitled. That's what Muslims are thinking. You're entitled. Who's saying you are entitled? That just because you are. You made a deal with Allah. Like what I was saying today after the Jummah. Allah deserves to be worshipped. This is something that the believer must know. Allah deserves to be worshipped. Whether we are punished or we're rewarded, Allah deserves to be worshipped because He is Allah. Do you understand? If Allah did not create the Jannat for us, you're going to stop worshipping Him as a believer? No. If Allah is not creating the hell, you're going to stop worshipping Him? No. But if Allah did not create the paradise, how many people are going to stop worshipping Him? If Allah did not create the hellfire, so many will stop worshipping Him too. So now we understand paradise is a mercy, hell is also a mercy. Now, whichever of the favors of your Lord can you deny? Everything now is a mercy. Now that one is going to look good or bad is coming from Allah. Isn't this part of our faith, part of our iman? Sharrihi and khayrihi, coming from Allah. The shar and the good and the shar coming from Allah. And Allah is going one step further, saying, whatever good is coming from me, whatever bad, to know it is coming from you. Allah is allowing it to happen, yes. Allah is the one who controls it. But it's coming from us. If you think, I'm a good one, I deserve paradise here and paradise in the Akhirat, then we're saying, which prophet you're following? Even Prophet Sulaiman alayhi salam, his life on earth was not paradise. Yes, he was living in a palace that you cannot imagine. Yes, when he was flying in the air, he was flying with his whole city. He was flying. That today, Shaykh Efendi is saying, 21st century, 20th century, it is not so hard for us to imagine, because when the president flies, he brings his whole cabinet with him. He flies with the whole fleet. So we say we deserve everything good, everything pleasant, everything enjoyable, everything fun, everything entertaining. Then we say, which prophet you are following? Which one? Hazreti Adam? Who? Hazreti Nuh? Who? Hazreti Ibrahim alayhi salam? Who? Hazreti Ismail? Hazreti Isa? The Holy Prophet alayhi salam, the most beloved one of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you compare our lives, it's paradise compared to what he went through and what the Sahabi Kiram they went through. But they were people of paradise. They were experiencing paradise while living in that very difficult situation. We are living in hell while surrounded by luxuries around us that not even the prophets they get to experience. Correct or no? Especially in this 21st century. So where is this? How it became like that? How it became like that? Oh, it became like that when we move away from the sunnah of the Rasulullah alayhi wasalam. When we move away from how the awliya Allah, they're teaching us how to look to this world and how to live according to this world. Instead of looking to there, we look to the unbelievers and their lifestyles. Because this is not something that is coming from belief, definitely not. Since when to enjoy life, it is the most important thing in life. is coming from Islam. You must enjoy your life. Did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala really, is that the reason of our creation? I'm talking here from the position of tasawwuf now. Is it to enjoy life? It is to know Allah and to worship Allah. You understand? So, inshallah, in this month of Ramazan, we should slowly try to understand this. According to the world, fasting is a disaster. Why are you torturing yourself? According to the eyes of unbelief that is opposed to haqq, is saying is the most stupid thing that you can ever do. But according to intelligence, you know that fasting is going to benefit you. Intelligence, let's put belief out of it. There's intelligence. Like this or like that, the laws of Allah is going to be upheld. Like this or like that, people are going to start using miswak. Now it's a very big hit. Now everyone is using miswak. Unbelievable. Without like this or like that, people are going to start fasting. This is nothing new. But to the eyes of unbelief, saying that this is a disaster. But through the eyes of belief, you are tasting some paradise. What is this paradise that you're tasting? You're understanding that your reality is not coming from eating and drinking. That your identity doesn't come from that. You're understanding that your pleasure doesn't come from that too. Yes, your pleasure doesn't come from that. Because soon you understand that when you break your fast, there are so many who break their fast and they say, Shukr, Alhamdulillah, good. But there are some who break their fast and they feel sorry that they have to stop the fasting. Just as there are people who finish the Ramazan and they're so happy the Ramazan is finished. But there are people who finish the Ramazan and they get very sad because the Ramazan has ended. So you're tasting something that is not from this world. You're tasting something that is from the Akhirat. You're tasting something that is from our homeland. When that Hadith Sharif, the Holy Prophet ﷺ is saying, love of your homeland is part of your faith, he doesn't mean Pakistan. He doesn't mean America. He doesn't mean Turkey. He doesn't mean China. This is not our land. This is not our home. Where is our homeland? Paradise. Our homeland is from paradise. And Ramazan is to teach us how to have a taste of that. This eating and drinking, this is what the animals are doing. When you realize that a certain pleasure and a certain power and a certain beauty coming from the alams of the malakut descending on you because you're not eating and drinking, because you feel yourself suddenly a little bit more free from that. You're running away from that and you're running into ibadat. You're running into sohbat, you're running into a zikr. When you start feeling that a little bit more, then you realize, oh, if only this Ramazan is 12 months instead of 1 month. So man must think. Allah in so many ayats in the Quran is saying, think. Why don't you think? This is for men of understanding. Because nothing in creation, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them that same power to think. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has only created mankind to know Him and to worship Him. To know Him the way that Allah has given Hazrat Insan, mankind, the ability to know Allah, He has not even given that to the angels. Shaitan understood this. That's why he felt very jealous. The angels understood this and they bowed down to Hazrati Adam alayhi salam. Who is in Hazrati Adam? All of us. They say this, Allah is creating a new race that is going to represent Him. Not an angel, not a jinn, not an animal, not an element, but Hazrati Insan. He didn't create new. Mankind has been created old, is the oldest in creation. This physical form, yes, is new. It was unveiled. Man is a secret that we are not even knowing ourselves. Slowly, inshallah, especially in this month of Ramazan, if you move yourself away from the habit that you have, from the habit of eating and drinking, from the habit of looking but not looking with the nur of Allah, listening but not listening for the sake of Allah, speaking but not speaking with the tongue of Allah. How is this possible? You're speaking as if you are Allah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, my servant becomes beloved to me when he performs all the obligations that is given to him. Then, when he starts performing actions that is not obligations, meaning Allah is not putting a law, you're putting a law to yourself. It's not obligation. Allah doesn't have to put a law, but you, by your understanding, by your honor, and you say, my Lord deserves more than this. 5 daily prayers, for example, my Lord deserves more. I'm going to pray extra. I'm going to do extra. And Allah is saying, when my servant, he performs all these actions that are extra, supererogatory, he comes near to me. And when he comes near to me, Allah is saying, I will be his eyes that he sees, his tongue that he speaks with, his ears that he hears, his hands that he touches. This is Hadith Qudsi. Don't think you're becoming Allah. Hasha, astaghfirullah. You cannot even become. Don't think, oh, I'm not going to be Allah, I'm going to become the Prophet. Please. Just be yourself. Just be yourself. And just be that one that Hazrati Insan, especially in this month, that you are going to taste a little bit what it means to be free from the chains that is holding you. It's not just the eating and the drinking is just to start the engine. It is to show. It is the gateway. You understand? It is through so many other things. This is the month of reflection. This is a month that you're going to sit down, you're going to start thinking, I'm behaving like this. Why am I like this? Why do I get caught up in this kind of thing over and over again? Then you ask for help, because this is the time when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will send tremendous help every night, every day. So this is the time to ask. May it be accepted, inshallah. May Allah wake us up from our heedlessness and make us to become more sincere. May Allah forgive me and bless you. Al-Fatiha.